Hi guys, I'm DR Hitting. I'm here to teach your T-baller how to swing. Before getting too deep into it, every single hitter is entirely different. So not everything I say is going to be absolutely perfect for your son or daughter. But here are the very fundamental basics that I think can absolutely help your son or daughter. Before we even go off the tee, I want you to set that bat down. Before we learn the mechanics of the swing, I want you to learn how to use the mechanics of your body. What I want you to do first is get into a nice athletic position here. What an athletic position sounds like to me is like you're guarding someone in basketball. If I was to guard someone in basketball, I wouldn't stand up like this. I wouldn't have my feet together like this. I would be nice, about shoulder width apart, nice and athletic. From here, I don't want you to think that we're playing baseball or softball. I want you to think you're about to throw a punch. If I was gonna throw a punch as hard as I could, I wouldn't just go elbow up and fire that throw, right? I would have my hand here, getting ready to throw that punch as hard as I could. I would load back and fire that thing. That's exactly what we should teach too. Before you get them into their punching position, set a ball down right in the ground. This ball should be in front of their front foot on the outside corner of the plate. Tell them to put their front arm in their armpit, give it a sniff. Once we get that hand under our stinky armpit, have them get in that punch position. Tell them to grr. Tell them to be the big dog. We want to throw this punch hard. Get a little rock in their load. Should feel nice and flowy, nice and athletic. Load back the punch and then stop. Once their foot hits the ground, make sure they freeze. When I freeze, I should see my punch is still in a good punching position. If our punch falls down here, do you think I'm gonna throw a good strong punch from right here? Not at all. If my hip opens up or anything happens, I'm not gonna be in a good punching position. So I wanna make sure when my foot hits the ground, my punch is still nice and loaded. Freeze. Okay, if you can get them to this position, perfect. After we freeze, now have them throw that hard, strong punch, but instead of looking at the pitcher when we're done with our punch, make sure that their eyes can stay on that ball. So we're gonna load, freeze, fire, freeze again. All right, athletic, big dog, sniff, load, freeze, fire. When they're done firing, tell them to freeze and hold it until they know their head is on that ball. Once we get good at those steps, then we move on to it without a freeze. Stinky armpit. Get ready to big dog. Load your punch, fire your punch, freeze. Head should still be down on that ball. A great way to make this interactive can be to incorporate thumbs up swings. What a thumbs up swing is it's a thumbs up if they can keep their head on the ball. If they swing and their head is not on the ball, it's a thumbs down. This way, they can tell you if they're doing it right instead of you telling them it's wrong or right. This way, they can start coaching themselves and understanding if they are correcting those things that they're struggling on. Once we get really good at that punch and they're nice and warmed up, that's when we go to the tee. Now, once we go off the tee, these things are the same. We still want to load our punch, freeze on that front foot, making sure that punch hasn't been thrown yet, fire that punch, and freeze. They can either look at that ball on the ground or just look at that tee. Getting ready to load the big dog. Load, freeze, freeze again. Incorporate the same thumbs ups, making sure they really understand the thumbs up swing. Having their head on that tee is an essential part of their swing. If their head falls off the tee, their body starts spinning. This can get us into some really bad habits down the road. Staying athletic and staying violent as much as they can while keeping their head on the tee and under control. After we get good at the freezes, now do regular swings. Let the big dog eat. Still incorporating those thumbs up. So this is the first part in teaching your T-baller how to swing. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe.